So, hello everyone. So, welcome back once again. So, in this session, we are going to discuss some AI related concept. So, we have to understand some the must know topic that we heard in our day-to-day life, that is LLM, tokenization, vectorization, attention, transformer, fine-tuning, RAG, vector database, agents, MCP, reasoning model. Okay, like self-supervised learning, few sort programming, chain of thought, multi-model, multi-model models, SLMs, or distillation, quantization, and reinforcement learning. So these are the AI related topic that we must know before understanding the in-depth AI things. Okay. The first question that comes in our mind and at interview must will ask, that is, what is LLM? Okay. So we have to answer like, what is LLM? Okay. So this contain the thing that is more important. So when you are talking about LLM, so these are the LLMs we are talking about, that is Chat GPT, okay, Anthropic, all these things. These are the LLM models. Okay. So as a large language model is a AI model that train on the huge amount of text data to understand and generate a human language. Okay. So like these are the LLMs. Okay. So what are the input they use for these things? They use like huge amount of like huge amount of text data. So I have to like down this one. Okay. Huge amount of text text data. Okay. So when we provide all this huge amount of text data into this LLM model, this AI model, so in that, in the output we can get a humanly generated language. Okay, human generated language. Okay, lang language. Okay. So for example, that is, we understand that is LLM stand for the large language model. So in which this is the AI model. So we can write under it AI model. So this is the AI model where I provide a, this can be trained on the basis of, these are the trained on like huge amount of text data, where like this AI model get trained, and then after it generates some like humanly generated language that are needed. So these are the prime examples that we know and that we use in day-to-day life, that is like Chat GPT, like Gemini, Claude, Claude or Lemma. Okay, these are the LLM models. Okay, and how it work? So like, what is the working principle of all these things? So first of all it take input. Okay, so I can write this one. So we can say that first of all it take an input text. Okay, after that this input text is provided, then tokenization is that happening. Tokenization. Okay, tokenization. Then after this there will be a transformer model. Okay, transformer model. Okay, transformer model. Then after prediction of the next token, prediction of like next token, prediction of the next token, and at the end like it generated generated the responses. So we have understand what are this like input text, then the relay tokenization, then after this so like transfer model, then it's prediction of the next token, and then after the response is generated. So all are like connected. These are the workflow. Okay, so these are the workflow. So like, and then someone may ask like follow-up question, that is, how does chat GPT generate the text? Okay, so maybe someone asked, So you have to answer like it predict the text most probable token repeatedly. Okay. So first of all, like ChatGPT generate based on that repetition and the thing on which they are like trained. Okay. And the second question that is like what is tokenization? Okay, that we are discussing. What is this thing? So converted into red. So what is this? Okay. So like breaking text into smaller unit is known as token. Okay. So like this is the tokenization. Okay. So like breaking thing into these smaller pieces. So like this we have some text. Okay. So we have to split into two part. Okay. We have to split in two part. Okay. So these two part are known as token. Okay. So wait for 1 second. So welcome back once again. So sorry for the disturbance. So we have to understand what is tokenization. So we have understand that this thing is like text. Okay. So we converted the text into the smaller units. So these are the smaller unit. So these are known as a these term are known as a tokens. Okay. So for example, we can say that I think like I love AI. So if I write I love AI, so what are the token we are talking about? So the tokens are like these things. Like I, it is I, comma this thing, love and AI. So like these are the smaller unit. Okay. So these are the tokens. So this is the array of tokens. So tokens array. Okay. Why they needed? Okay. So the computer do not understand the word directly, so they can understand only numbers. Okay. So for that one, so it can be understand as a number like is 58, and this can be understand as 67. Okay. Or this can be understand as a okay. This can be understand as a 13. Okay. Also as a we can say that 13. Okay, so this can be like written as follow are as follow. Okay, and like follow-up question they can be asking, why tokenization is important? Because LLM process token instead of raw text. So these things are the raw. Mm, so let's see, one second, something weird happening in this thing. Okay, so like AI can't understand. So AI can't understand all this thing. For the AI, we have to provide some like in that case, we have to provide like AI don't process these raw text, so they need to be break into the smaller pieces, and that can be understandable. Okay, so in that case, like this conversion or this smaller unit is known as a token. Okay, let's move to the another important topic, and that is vectorization. Okay, for this one, vectorization. Vectorization. Okay. So vectorization is like converting word into the numerical vectors. Okay. So this is like vector. Okay. So when we're talking about the vector, we can say that this mean so converting the words, converting the words into numerical vectors. Okay. In numerical vectors. Okay. So when we write something that is like dog, so in that case we have to convert into the like vectors. Okay, like 0.2 comma 0.7 0.4, all these things. And if we write about the cat, okay, this can be represented as 0 point 0.6 comma 0.8 comma 0.2. So these are known as a vectorization. So converting the word into the vector form. Okay, vector form. So dog and the cat are the vector and are close because meaning are similar. Okay, so these values are similar because these values are too much close, and the vector are too close because they are like the meaning are very similar. So use cases of this vectorization is that like it is used for the semantic search, recommendation system, and also used in the RAG. Okay, like semantic search. Okay, search, recommendation system. Okay, and also used in the RAG. So here's the use of vectorization. Another thing, that what is the attention mechanism? What is the attention mechanism? The most important interview topic problem is that like traditional model forget the long context. Okay, so how the attention mechanism things work? Okay, so attention mechanism. So like as we know that many of the like previous models. Okay, so like uh, previous models, these model like forgot, like these model, when we provide some input or something data, that it will be forgot. Okay, so so how this traditional model forgot the long context? For that we like find a solution, that is like attention thing. And attention help the model to focus on the important one. Okay, so if we provide some sentence like the animal did not cross the road because it was tired, so it refer like attention help like it refer it to animals. Okay, so when you were like so if I write like my name is, okay, so if I write like my name is Siddharth. Okay, if my name is Siddharth and I am a boy, okay, so in that case we understand that I I explained about that I am Siddharth. So in this point that I refer to Siddharth. Okay. So this help because of this attention mechanism or attention thing. Okay. And if they ask what is attention, so you can tell that it is a mechanism that allow to model to focus on the relevant words while processing the input. Okay. So it is a mechanism where we can remember the like some things that are relevant. Okay. And another thing is that what is supervised learning? What is self supervised learning? So self supervised learning, self supervised learning. Okay. So self supervised learning from the self supervised learning is a learning from the unlabeled data. So this means that learning from the unlabeled data. That's right. We're gonna learn from unlabeled data. Okay. So like example, India is a capital of what? India is the capital of India is the capital of what? Like mass something. The model can predict like Delhi, but no human leveled required. Okay. So why important? You should train the GPT, BERT, and the Gemini, all these things. So where that self-supervised learning is used. And the most important thing that is now what is transformer? So transformer, transformer. Okay. So transformer is the most important question. Like it introduced in 2017. Like in this case, when you're talking about a transformer, so, okay, so this is known as transformer. So this is the transformer, and when we are writing about this one, so like we can write. So we provide the input. Okay. After that, then embedding. Okay. Then self attention. So this is a mechanism which will focus on the relevant topic, and the feed forward network. Okay. Forward network. Okay. And the output. Okay. Output. So we can say that we provide the input, then it get embedded, and then it have a self attention and feed in forward in the network, and then we generated the output. Okay. So these are like connecting all these things. Okay. So like the advantage of using the transformer is like parallel processing, handle the long context faster than RNN and LSTM, like LSTMs. Okay. So why transfer are better than RNN? Because they process the token in the parallel and capture the long range dependency better. Okay. So transformer help on this thing, taking the input and then embedding things, self attention and forwarding the network and providing the output. Okay. It is better than RNN and LSTM. Okay. So the next question is that what is fine tuning? So what is the fine tuning? Okay. So fine. So fine tuning meant training a pre-model on the custom data. Okay, so in this we are training the model on the training the model. Okay, training the model using custom data. So this thing is happened. Like we have general GPT. So general GPT, like we provide the medical data and it become medical chatbot. So if we have like chat GPT, so if we have chat GPT, okay, and if we have medical, so we have some medical data. Okay, so so in that case, okay, so this idea is clear. Okay, this idea is clear. We think that we are assuming that this is like chat gpt is general gpt. Okay, general gpt. Okay, and this is the medical data. Okay, this is the medical data set. So when we provide this data set into the general GPT, it become a medical chatbot. Okay, so this term is known as a fine tuning, training your model using the custom data. So become a new like chatbot, all this thing. So why fine tuning is important? So fine tuning to adapt the model for the domain specific task. Okay, so like every user have their have some specific task. If a doctor use, if a doc use, then they use then they use for the medical purpose. Okay, medical purpose. If a student use it, use for the like paper, it use for the paper, PDF and all things related. So it become have some like paper knowledge or some book knowledge. Okay, so this is the fine tuning thing. Okay, so move to the next question, that is like low sort. Okay, so what is like few sort prompting. So few sort like providing example inside a prompt. So few sort as we discussed in the last session, or like in last prompt engineering session, in we understand that if we want to like if we want to like provide some like input to if you want to some provide some input to this LLM or different things, we have to give with the example or that things to acquire this like higher or accurate result. So in that case we have to like give some like uh, input input with some with with some with some role. Okay, role and example. Okay, so it can understand the context easily, or like in efficient way, so that can it generate the accurate and the relevant output. So these known as a few sort prompting, like training or providing the example inside the prompt. Okay, so like good mean positive. For example, guys, if we are talking about some example, that we have to like explain that good like good mean positive. Okay, positive. Okay, bad mean negative. Okay, so whenever say we will say anything that it related. So like if we want like what is the meaning of amazing, so it will return the positive things. Okay, we give the example like this one, and the model predicted this is the like positive things. Okay, benefit is not a benefit of using the few short prompting is that no need to retrain that model one again. Okay, we reach to the another question, that is what is RAG. Okay, so what is RAG? Okay, RAG. So RAG mean that retrieval augmented generation. So it is extremely important question, like LLM have outdated knowledge. So for that outdated knowledge, we have to provide with some relevant like these LLMs. Okay, I am taking an example of ChatGPT. We have to any like LLMs. So these LLMs become outdated. So for that one, we have to provide some relevant we have to provide some relevant information to become it updated. So in that case, we have to like we can use some like new information injected inside this one to become more relevant. Okay, they are like giving the contextual knowledge. So that we provide like new and fresh datas. Okay, so this thing RAG help. So what is the process of this one? Like user query, okay, user sub query, okay. After that we have some vector database, okay, database, and the relevant document we provide. Document we provide to LLM to LLM, and we get the output. Okay, okay. So we see that we have user have some query. We in that vector database provide some relevant document to like LLM, and then we get the output. Okay. So this is the function of the RAG, and why we use RAG instead of the fine tuning. So RAG provide up to date information without retraining the model. Okay. So we talk about the thing is that what is the vector database? Okay. So like storing the embedding thing. Okay. So like popular database base are the fine cone, chroma and chroma database. Okay. Chroma databases, V8. Okay. So use cases of this vector database is like also using the semantic search, RAG recommendation system. Why we don't use SQL? Okay, because SQL search exact value, vector database search semantic searching use the exact or the matching wording. Okay, move to the next question, that is what is MCP. So MCP thing is that MCP mean like model context protocol. So we can say model context protocol. Okay. So like a standard protocol allowing the AI model to communicate with the tool and the external system. So it is like it are the like it we can say that. So this is a protocol in which this AI model can talk with the another tools. Okay, like another tools. Okay, so this protocol helps to talk with the another tools or external system. Okay, okay, tools and the copy and paste it. So then, so this model helps to talk our LLM to different tools and the external system. So like workflow of this one is looking like this, like there's the LLM, okay, and having this MCP server, okay, server and the database API, and what are the files, text files, okay. So these are the workflow. Our LLM, we provide MCP server in which have database and that can access the API and through the files. Okay. So these are the workflow. So one standard interface for the tools. Okay, where the chat we provide the LLM a different tool and a different system to communicate with the like it allow a protocol. It provide a protocol. Okay. So what next thing is what is a context programming? So providing a right context to the memo like model is known as context programming, like prompt, memory, document, tool, result. It's kind of prompt engineering, but what is the difference between prompt engineering and the context programming? Okay, the prompt engineering focus on the instructions, where context programming focus on supplying all the like focus on the supplying all the relevant information. Okay, so understand, prompt focus on instruction, context programming focus on provide supplying the all the relevant information. And let's think that the next question is that is what is AI agent? AI agents. Okay, So AI. So what we call this is AI and agent. Okay. So what do you mean by this AI agents? Okay. Hmm. Okay. So AI agent is a system capable of thinking, capable of this thing, capable of thinking, 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 planning, using tools. Okay, using tools. Okay, tools and like taking action. Okay. So these are the feature of the AI agents. Okay. First of all, the example we can say that when we book, like when we provide some information to our travel booking agent. So first of all, the user request, the AI agent search the flight, compare the price, and then book the ticket. So this thing are known as the AI agent, right? AI system that is capable of doing these four tasks. Okay. Next question is that what is a reinforcement learning? So these are the simple question that are like learning using reward and penalties. So reinforcement learning is like from the environment. If I give the right answer, it will be rewarded. If I take the wrong answer, it will be like have to pay some penalty. So good move, reward; bad move, penalty. So used in the chat GPT, human feedback, reward model, better response. Okay. One more thing, what is like chain of thought? Okay. COT. Okay. Chain of thought. So making model reason step by step. Okay. So chain of thoughts. So this is the thing. Chain of thought. Okay. That is COT. COT mean that like we have some model. Okay. So like no, this model, save it. So we can okay, leave it. Making a model reason step by step. So if I ask the model, what is 25 into 12 answer? So what will the answer? The first of all, the reasoning is that uh 25 25 into 10. Okay. So this will be like 250. Okay, 250. Then he will think like 5 into 2. Okay, so this means 50, this means like 50. Okay, again then we have to like find total is equal to addition of this one, so become 300. Okay, so this thing is known as chain of thoughts. Okay, like tree based thing. Okay, and what is the reasoning model? So like chat gpt 5 have some reasoning model, open AI O series has a reasoning model, DeepSeek R1 has also have a reasoning model. So like designing for the coding, mathematics, logic, multi-step problem. So in that case, we use reasoning model for the why we like LLM is for the fast prediction, but the reasoning model think before answering. Okay, what is a multi-model text model, multi-model models. So it can process text, image, audio, video, all these things. Okay, example GPT, Gemini, Claude, these are the multi-model models. Okay, the model that can understand and generate multiple type of data system. Okay, last question, like a small languaging model. So like small language model, that is Phi, Gamma, Tiny Llama, which is faster and cheaper, run on the mobile device also device. What is distillation? So like a knowledge transfer. Okay, so larger model to teacher, and then teacher to small model, and then to student. So like distillation, transfer of the like smaller model with the smaller performance. So like distillation help to transfer the knowledge. Okay. And the last question, that is like what is quantization? So reducing the model precision. Okay. So like converting to 32-bit to 8-bit, like smaller model, faster interface, but lower memory uses. is known as quantization. So these are the like some important AI terms that we have to understand before like jumping into the AI engineering. Okay, so this will help in the future for the like AI related interview. Okay, thank you for this session. Good night.